Hi everyone, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Johnny.
Good afternoon, Johnny. Good afternoon, Johnny.
I was actually for some moments I kept wondering if there's some issue with my laptop or the audio is not working or maybe the speakers are not working because there was a pin drop silence all across and I kept wondering if there's any fault or not. But now I realize that it's not the fault. Of course, people chose to be silent. All right.
Yeah, I was wondering that same thing.
That's so wonderful, Shubrank. So today, yes, of course, our presenter would be Aanchal Agarwal, and she's right here. Hi, Aanchal.
Hi, Johnny.
And of course, through the expert lenses of Aanchal, we are going to discover something new about the Angular directives and pipes. So a bit of new learning, of course, for all of us. Some of us, of course, it will be because this will be about uh, using and creating custom Angular directives and the pipes, and also how to use the predefined ones. So that's exactly what we are going to discover through the expert lenses of Aanchal today, everyone. And thanks for coming over on time. I would request all the studio heads, the team managers, and respective team members to kindly look at the participant list. And if you are able to discover and spotlight anyone who you know is not here, please encourage and urge them to join us fast because the session is going to commence very, very shortly. Aanchal, can we afford to take 1 minute's time, 60 seconds?
Yeah, sure, Johnny.
All right. So meanwhile, glad everyone to share that if you want to nominate yourself for any knowledge sessions, you can access the platform, look through the and maneuver through the or rather navigate through the calendar, and you can book your slot. There are some available slots available and some slots available, and you can book yourself for those sessions. I'm sure you will be able to, somewhere deep inside, there's a coach in you. Try to reveal that coach to the world outside. So with this, everyone, yes, thanks for coming over. And Aanchal, thanks. It's 15:31 hours and 66 have joined us as of now. I would like to pass on the platform to you, and let us do a discovery through your lenses.
Okay, thank you, Johnny. I'm just sharing my screen. I hope the screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So shall I begin?
Yes, Aanchal. If you can present your presentation, the slides, and let us start.
Okay. So screen is visible, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Johnny, for the confirmation. Okay, so hi everyone, myself Aanchal, and today we will learn about the Angular directives and pipes. So before begin the session, let's have a look on our basic knowledge etiquettes. The first one is punctuality. So be punctual and respect the knowledge session timing. And I request you all to please submit a feedback so that it is helpful for me. And keep your mobile devices on the silent mode and avoid the chit chat, unwanted chit chat during the session so that it could avoid the disturbance. So our today's basic agenda is to learn about the directives, what are directives, how we can create it, how many types of directives are, and what then move towards the Angular pipes, and then at the end we will have the practical implementation of both the directives and the pipes. So in the previous two sessions of the Angular, we have learned how to create our Angular app, about the what are modules, components, services, and we have also gone through what are router modules. So today we will learn about the directives and the pipes. So let's begin. What are Angular directives? Directives are basically the classes that add additional behavior to elements in our Angular application. So we can say that it is a custom HTML attributes that used to extend the power of the HTML. We can say that directives are used to manage the forms, list, styles, and what the users want. So this is the basic purpose of using the directives in our Angular application. Classification of directives. There are basically three types of directives, that are component directives, structural directives, and the attribute directives. Directives with a template comes under the component directives. And if the user wants to change the DOM layout, we can achieve this with the help of structural directives. And we can achieve this by adding and removing the DOM elements. And if the user wants the appearance to change the appearance or behavior of an element, we can do this with the help of attribute directives. So let's have a detailed description of these directives, starting with the built-in directives. Built-in directives, as the name suggests, these are the predefined directives within the Angular framework. It has the details of how the component should be processed, instantiated, and used at the runtime. The most important point to be noted down here is that the directive in Angular is a reusable component, which means that we can use it again and again throughout our Angular application. Here is the example. As you can see, here is the example of the built-in directive. There is the ng model, and without using ng model, we have the practical implementation of all this, so that you have the better understanding of how we can use the built-in directive in our Angular application. Moving on to the structural directive. Structural directive used for the responsible for the HTML layout. They shape or reshape the DOM structure, typically by adding, removing, or manipulating the host element to which they are attached. And for easily identify the structural directive in our application, we have the asterisk sign. So wherever the structural directive is being used, there is a asterisk sign along with the name of the structural directive. So some of the built-in structure directives are ngIf, ngIfElse, ngFor, and ngSwitch. So let's discuss one by one. ngIf. If, as we all know, is used to express the value which is either true or the false. So ngIf is used to display or hide the DOM element. It removes or recreate a part of the DOM depending on the expression evaluation. Another one is ngIfElse. If-else works simple. ngIfElse works simple like that of the if-else statement. Like where if the condition is true, then the first element is get rendered, else the other part of the DOM element gets rendered. Another one is the ngFor. For loop is used if the user wants to display the list of items. So instead of writing the whole code, we can use the for loop for displaying the list of items. So it is basically, we can say it is a repetitor directive that customize the data display. So it is used to loop through the dynamic list in the DOM. Another one of the structure directive is ng switch. Switch is used to choose between multiple case statements. Like there are many case statements, and whichever the case statement matches with the user's choice, it will execute that statement only. And there is a default statement too. If there is does not match any of the cases, then it will display the default statement. We will go through the practical implementation too, so you will get the better understanding of how we can use in all these directives. So moving on to the attribute directive. Attribute directive basically affect only the element they are added to. It manipulates the DOM by changing its behavior or the appearance. So it looks like a normal HTML attribute and mainly used in the data binding and the event binding. Some of the most commonly used attribute directives are like, as you can see, ng class, ng style, and the ng model. Like if the user wants to some changes in the CSS classes, then we have to use the ng class for that. Similarly, for changing the something in the HTML style, we have to use the ng style according to the need of the user. Last one is the ng model. ng model adds two-way data binding to an HTML form element. So if you till now, if you have any queries, you can ask. Okay, the silence means no, so I'm moving forward. These all are the predefined like directives. So we can also create a custom directive according to the need of the user, in which we can write the logic whichever the user wants to work. So we can achieve this. We can achieve the creating of the directive with the help of this command, that is ng-gd followed by the directive name. So G here stands for the generate, D stands for the directive, and here I have took the first directive as my directive name. So as we run this command, we got the two files, that is spec.ts and the directive.ts. And the app.module.ts file gets updated as we have created the directive. So in the TS file, we have to write the logic. So this is what we got the predefined code in the TS file. @ directive is the directive decorator, and then this is the class inside which the user writes the code of the. So let's see the practical implementation of the directive. So starting with the attribute directive. Attribute directive, we have learned about the ng model, ng style. So here I've used the ng model. ng model, without using the ng model, I've called the current item. If we are not using the ng model, so we have to provide the value attribute, inside which we can fetch the value through current item dot name. And here I have provided the item.ts from where the value of this has been fetched. So these all are the items. So this is the way, if we are not using the ng model, we have to use this way. And if we are using the ng model, simply we have to write the ng model in the input tag and just call the value like current item dot name, as here it is. So let's see the output of this ng model. So the current item name is the teapot. So out and without using ng model and with using ng model, both the output is the same, but the input is different. The way of giving the value, the way of using the ng model and not using the ng model is different. So this is the way how we can use the ng model attribute directive. The another one is the ng style. So we can apply in this h1, we can apply here in the h2 tag, like we can have to apply it like this in the square bracket ng style. Then if we want to change the color of this, we have to give the color. Suppose we are giving the color as the green, so the text color should be changed to green, and I'm saving this. So you can see the ng style has been worked. So this is the way how we can use the ng style attribute directive. Moving on to the structural directive example. Here I've used the ng if. Ng if is I've used over the div. Like I've given the condition in the p tag, like if the current customer isn't null, then say hello to the current customer name. But I have provided the current customer name as the ABC. So it is not null. So it has to provide some value. It has to display on the browser. So this is I have used over the div ng if and then calling the current customer dot name. So and output should be hello ABC, right? So let's see the output. Here is the output hello ABC. So this is what the ng if can work.
Achal, can you just remove that ABC from that current customer?
Yeah, okay. I'm removing the ABC. So it will not display the ABC as it is not there. So
But the hello statement is still there. Like if you just remove the current customer, like make it undefined inside the TS file,
okay, okay.
make it undefined. Like whenever we are getting data from the backend and there is no user, like if we don't have the user, then that section won't be rendered on the DOM. So that's the true purpose of NGF. Like if your certain data is not available from the backend, then you don't want to show that DOM to your end user. Make it just undefined, like clear out that no, not like that. Clear out everything, even the key. Yeah, it will still show it as pause because you still are using the name. Just
Name.
clear out everything to 17 line, like the starting of the object.
Sorry, I'm not getting a point.
Clear out 19 and 18 line.
Okay, clear current customer, right?
Yeah, delete that. Yeah, and delete even these parentheses.
In the from the HTML.
No, in the TS file only. Delete the
Okay.
parentheses also, not the current customer. Yeah, parentheses. Now write undefined. Okay.
It is being called there, so I have to remove that from the HTML also. Like name is being called here, no?
Yeah, do that. That will okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
no
this way
dis-
we are basically hiding the end result to the user.
so this is the example of the ngif. So moving on to the ng for, like ng for I've used over the div only, and I have provided the list of items in the item.ts file. So here I am providing the list of items. 5 items are there. So it must be displayed using the ng for, and I've called like item.name as the name. Here I've given the item. So let's see the output here. So all the 5 items are being displayed using the ng for. So in this way we can call the list of items using the looping. Now ng switch is like, here I provided the radio tag, and there are certain many options, and if we select the option, then the description and below that will get changed according to this. So here I providing the switch cases, and switch cases will get switched whenever the option different option will get selected. And by default, I have provided the item as a teapot, so it will display this only. So you can see ng switch, like, if I select another option, then the description below this, it will get switched according to that only. So this is the way how we can use the ng switch in our Angular application. And
Yeah.
we
No.
yeah.
Wait a second, actually. Does anyone has any question regarding this? These are the structured directives we are going so far. So anyone has any questions? Okay, great. No one has questions. That's wonderful. Go ahead.
Yeah, so let's move towards the custom directive. I've already created the custom directive. So this is the file which we have got, and I suppose I want to change the color. So I've written the code to change the color as the red, and this is the @directive decorator. And if we want to use this directive in our HTML, we just need to uh, add, use the selector name in the place wherever we want to apply it. Suppose here on the p tag, if I want to apply the directive, so this I need to add the selector, and the color must be changes to red, as I provided the red color property. So let's see the output. Yeah, so the p tag has been changed to the p text has been changed to the red color. So this is the way how we can use the custom directive in our application. If you
Oh,
have any queries regarding the custom directives, you can ask.
I don't think anyone is going to ask anything. But I still want to explain one more thing. Go to the HTML part, Archie.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone sees that ng style. So we are just giving this a style with the color of green. So the text like this, the built-in attribute directives will be shown in the green color. So what's the purpose of this? We can even use the director style attribute of the HTML, like we can use inline styling here. But the difference in and the objective of using these directives is like that certain times you have some certain logic like from the back end that you need to make it link to your DOM elements. So whenever you are clicking on to a button and you are getting some data and you are getting a output like error code, so then you need to render something like red in color in your DOM. So in that, ng style can check on that specific error, and we can apply certain styles through that ng style. So that's the purpose. Like you have to know that something is coming from your backend, and you know that backend is responding in certain different ways. Like you are getting an error or you are getting a success. In case of error, you are going to display something in red. In case of success, you are going to display something in green. So that's how you can do it in your Angular application. I believe this will make some certain things more clear to our audience. Okay, great. Move ahead.
Yeah, okay. So this is what the directive is. Now let's move towards the another topic, that is Angular pipes. And what are pipes in Angular? So pipes are basically the feature built in Angular which allows us to transform output in our template. So this is the main purpose of a pipe, that is it transforms some output. Now there are pipes for different types of output. We use pipes to transform strings, currency amounts, dates, and other data also. And these are very useful as we can use them throughout our application while only declaring each pipe once. And pipes are what we can say in the simple language, that pipes are simply the functions to use in template expressions with where the pipe accepts a certain input value, and in return it returns a transform value to the user. So for example, if the user want to display a date as here it is given in this format rather than the normal raw string format, we have the pipes directly date pipe, we can use that directly. So let's have a look on our built-in pipes and how we can use it. So these are basically the built-in pipes which are used for the data formatting. This the first one is the date pipe. Date pipe is formats the date value according to the local rules. So it will work similarly. It will display the data in this format only if we are using the date pipe. Another one is the uppercase and the lowercase. It transform a text to all the text to the uppercase or the lowercase. Suppose let's take example. If the user enters his or her name, and if in return he or she wants to get the name either in the uppercase or in the lowercase, so we just need to use the uppercase or the lowercase pipe directly, and so that the output may get according to the need of the user. Another one is the currency pipe. It transforms a number to a currency string format. Next one is the decimal pipe. It transforms number into a string with a decimal point. For example, if the user wants the output as with the decimal point like 1.0, 2.3 or something like that, so we can use directly the decimal pipe. For the percent pipe, if the user wants the number to a percentage string, we use this percent pipe. Now let's learn about how we can use these all pipes in our application. So this is the basic syntax of using the Angular pipes. This has to be written in the Angular braces. Birth date is the data, whichever the user wants to transform the data. And this is the symbol of the pipe. This means that the pipe symbol. And here I have used the pipe function, that is date. Similarly, we can use all these pipe functions here. So these are the built-in pipes, and we can also create the custom pipes in our application. So if you have any queries regarding the built-in pipes, you can ask before moving towards the custom pipes. We can have also the practical implementation of the pipes. Till if you have any queries, you can ask. Okay, so let's move towards the custom pipes. Here the transform is the function which is being used here, inside which two arguments has been provided, that is val and the expo, and both the arguments have the type as the number. So let's suppose if the user gives the value as the 2 and the expo value as the 3, for example. So in return, with the help of the mat.pow function, we get the output as a 2 raised to power 3. So this is the way we can use the custom pipes. And we can also provide one argument or more than one argument in the pipe. Like you can see in the second image, like this is after the pipe symbol, pipe is being used, and then after the colon, argument 1 is being provided. And if we want to give more than one argument, then it will get added by adding the colon and then followed by the argument 2. So this is how we can create our custom pipe. So the demo of the Angular pipe, as I've told about the date pipe. If we are using the date pipe, then pipe will get transformed the date into a specified format. So let's look on the demo of the pipe. So here I've used the birthday and have to get the data in the date format only. So this is the way birthday is the data, then pipe symbol and the date pipe function is being used here. So output must be in the particular date format. So here is the example of this. The output is in the date format. And also it is possible that if the user wants the output in the user's format like MDY format, we can provide in this way also. So the output you can check here is the MDY format. So we can provide the according to the user's need. In the third, here you can see the MDY format is being there for the birthday, and I've used the button. So we can also give the output as shown here. So another one is the pipe chaining. As the name suggests, that we can chaining means we can use more than one pipe simultaneously. So here the data followed by the pipe symbol and the date is being used. So it will give the output in the date format. And also I want the date format output, that too in the uppercase. So I've used here the two pipes, that is date and the uppercase. So let's see the output here. The output is April is in the caps lock uppercase and all the output is in the date format. You can see the date format only. If I have used the date pipe only, the output of the is in the normal, and then here it is in the uppercase. So this is the way how we can use more than two pipes simultaneously. So if you have any queries regarding this, you can ask.
Okay, Achal, let me add on one more thing. Like in regards to the pipes, like basically pipes are just the sugar coating over your HTML. So if you have like a huge amount of data that you are getting from backend, like for a table that you are going to render on your DOM, then there may be scenario like the backend is just providing your the data in lowercase, and then you need to make it like uppercase in your DOM, or like you are just decorating your DOM with the user experience. Like you want to improve the user experience, so definitely there will be some users that want that data to be in uppercase instead of just lowercase. So that's why we are going to use certain pipes, and that's why Angular provides us pipes just to improve the HTML render text. So I believe that's all regarding the pipes. Does anyone has any question? That's seriously great audience.
Do we have any questions, anyone? If yes, right platform, right time to ask. Anyone?
Yeah, I want to ask,
All right,
You
please
clear
go ahead.
like,
Paris.
I want to know that how pipes are simply used for in an Angular.
Simply used for
You, what properties it provide to the Angular?
the built-in pipes are already pretty much straightforward. Like the uppercase will make that HTML text into your uppercase format, and the date is the one that we have already shown you here. And the other, like if you are going to create custom pipes, like you might have scenarios like you want to show certain part of your text into different format, or you have certain currencies that you are going to show in your DOM. Then you might need to create certain custom pipes which will decorate your text inside the DOM.
Means it's simply used to decorate our text. Oh,
Yeah,
It's basically transform your string to an another form like that. We want to convert your word date to an date format. Okay, so basically it's transforming string, right? That's an basic thing. Simply we want to understand that. So it's simply we consider it's transforming the string.
okay.
exactly.
Hello.
Like
Not
you can,
not string,
Should I
just
add something?
any data. Even array
yeah,
can transform.
Hello.
yeah, Neeraj, we can hear you.
Yes, a small brief about directive and pipes. There is one objective to make your code reusable, right? One is like, let's say you have something to modify on the UI again and again, okay? And to meet that objective, that we made these directives. Maybe it's like for custom directive, you can write some specific logic as Anchal demoed, like you can manipulate the background color, okay, or anything on the DOM. So directive are like to keep your code that you can reuse again on view side, on DOM side, okay. This is the primary objective of having directive in the system. And second is about pipe, like how to transform your data, right? You want to transform it, right? So let's say this date format is required again and again, okay. Either you have to write it on, let's say, in each and every component, or let's say in your ts file, some function, right? Or you can cut this as a pipe, and just whenever you are rendering that data you want to transform it, just apply the pipe, okay. So one is to this is overall the objective is how to reuse that code in terms of DOM manipulation, as well as, let's say, the stream or the data processing that you want to display on UI. Got my point? Hello, I'm audible?
Yes, you are, Neeraj,
Okay.
I believe.
I, I,
Pa-
po- I hope things are clear now, right?
yeah, Paras asked that question. So Paras, are you clear now?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
do you?
I got that point. To modify these things, to update the CSS of our code like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So in chat, I'm seeing Shivam Virmani. So Shivam, do you have any questions? Like, is everything clear? Like you have already wrote on the chat.
Sorry, I joined late if I missed something.
Yeah,
And
nothing.
I have only three texts here,
There
basically
was
transforming the data. So what's the question, Shubhram? Can you just
there is no question. Like the Shivam Virmani just asked, like he want to get every explanation in brief. Like he write, please explain in brief, and might not understand it.
I don't
So yeah,
related to pipes or what?
no, he hasn't mentioned anything. Like if Shivam, you are there, like you can reach out to us if you have any questions regarding anything in this session.
Yep. Okay.
So I believe this is going to be over.
Sorry guys, today I was facing some audio issue with my laptop, so I recently restarted the system again and then joined. So maybe I missed something, but yes, we still have, let's say, 5-7 minutes. So if anybody want to ask anything, has some doubt or not clear about what is the objective of using these directive and pipes, either you can ask here. I mean, we still have 5 minutes kind of, or you can reach out to us in a different group maybe, or one-to-one, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so good enough. Thanks, Achal and Shubhrang, to drive the show.
No
And
issues.
thanks, Johnny, as well.
Thank you so much, Neeraj. And thanks so much, Achal and Shubrank, for driving this. I'm sure we all would have taken some bit of learning from this session. In case of any questions, you can always come back and address those questions to Shubhrang, Neeraj, or Achal. So we look forward to that. And one very important thing, everyone, that it is always advisable and important to share the feedback of the sessions that we attend. So we are looking forward to receiving volumes of learning experiences from you. So look forward to that, and also look forward to the Knoll Meet, which is going to happen at at 5 p.m. today. So thanks everyone. Have a good and great day ahead. Happy learning once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Johnny.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Achal, for the great session. Okay, guys, bye bye.
Thanks everyone.